Inner Awakening. Stunning health recoveries. 100% cure for depression, insomnia, asthma, fatigue, chronic pain, insecurity, panic attacks, and other major disorders. Awaken the Kundalini Shakti, the dormant energy within. What would you do if you had 1300% more energy? Disease-free mind and body is your first wealth. Claim it at Inner Awakening. Inner Awakening, a 21-day meditation retreat with rare living incarnation. Paramahamsa Nithyananda, Nithyananda Dhyanapita, Nithyananda Nagar, Bidadi, Bengaluru, Karnataka. Contact
0802 727 9999.
Email ia@nithyananda.org.
नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. The subject for today's Nitya Satsang: completion and the unnecessary complications we create in completion. Listen. Please come to the space of listening. Today's Inner Awakening subject is working on the process of death and working on all the incompletions related to fear of death. Please understand, if your root patterns are seed and your incompletions are the tree, suffering is the fruit, fear is the land on which the seed grows. Please understand. Fear is the base on which all these incompletions, the root patterns grows. I tell you, today we will work on all the incompletions related to fear and fear of death, and all the incompletions with which human beings suffering, all the incompletions with which every human being is suffering, will work on completing it. Please listen. ध्यान से सुनिए. All the incompletions related to greed is only muscle memory level. Means little deeper than skin, that's all, nothing more. But all the incompletions related to fear are your biomemory level, where your whole body responds, where your whole body goes through a very poisonous chemical change. Please understand. That's such a dangerous, I tell you. Your body going through, you allowing the chemical change due to the fear is the worst punishment you give it to yourself. It is much more than drinking alcohol and smoking. It can cause cancer, more diseases than smoking and drinking or any drugs. That is why I always insist, work on your completion. Get out of fear, not the situations which you think will create fear. Please understand. It's very unfortunate. Sometimes we think by changing the situation we can come out of fear. But again and again, life will teach you. Only by completing, you will come out of any fear, never by changing the situation. But what to do? Everybody thinks the solution in front of them is the most easiest solution. The solution in front of them will be the permanent solution. No. I have a story for you guys. A woman takes a lover home during the day while her husband is at work. Unknown to her, her 9-year-old son was hiding in the closet. Suddenly her husband comes home unexpectedly. So she puts the lover in the closet with the little boy. The little boy says, "Dark in here." The man says, "Yes, it is." Because man was shocked. The little boy is sitting inside. Little boy says, "I have a baseball." Man says, "That's nice." Boy says, "Want to buy it?" Man says, "No thanks." Boy says, "My dad is outside." Man, okay, how much?" Boy says, $250. Man buys it. In the next few weeks, it happens again that the boy and the mom's lover are in the closet together. Boy again says, "Dark in here." Man says, "Yes, it is." Boy says, "I have a baseball glove." The lover, remembering the last time, asks the boy, "How much?" Boy says, $750. Man says, "Fine, what to do? I'll buy." Anyhow, deal was done. Few days later, the father tells the boy, "Come on, my son, grab your glove and get the baseball. Let's go outside and play the baseball." Back and forth. Boy says, "No, Dad, I can't because I sold both of them." Father asks, "How much did you sell them for?" Son says, "For $1,000. The ball $250, glove $750. Father says, "That is terrible to overcharge your friends like this. You should not be overcharging your friends. That is way more than those two things cost. I'm going to take you to church and make you confess." They both go to church, and the father makes the little boy sit in the confession booth, and he closes the door to start the confession. The boy says, "Dark in here." The priest says, "Don't start that again." Understand? With incompletions, please understand, sometime the incompletion sits inside the head of the people who are supposed to hold certain spaces up and alive, can make, see, some people who are supposed to hold this space up and alive, the incompletion sits in their inner space, can take away the whole society's trust on that very concept, on that very truth. But unfortunate thing, everyone thinks if you handle the situation now and escape, you save yourself. The priest thinks if he just buys the baseball, he is saved. And he doesn't know baseball glove is coming. And the next something else will be coming. And the next something else is going to come. Understand, unless you change the space of incompletion, unless you move out of incompletion, nothing is going to help you. Nothing is going to transform your life. I think this is one of the very important truths. Stop changing the situation to save yourself. Start changing the incompletion in you. The incompletions. The incompletions I tell you, whenever you go through your incompletions with fear and anxiety, it is literally like you go through an acid bath. You go through acid bath. At the time you just do not know, you escape from that situation. Yesterday we were having our regular shoot for Nitya Dharmam show. All of you may be knowing that I am doing a reality show in Tamil TV, the top Tamil news channel, Tamil channel Tandi TV. So in that, I saw one lady, when she was cornered, she just walked out of the show. She doesn't want to handle. She doesn't want to answer. But unfortunately, her whole life she is doing only that. I have seen, even from the ashram, when they are asked to stand up with spiritual strength and completion, people run away. When they run away, I have seen that becomes the pattern for their whole life. Whenever they are asked to stand up with the strength, whenever life demands, ask them to be strong and responsible, powerful, they run away. Please understand, whoever runs away from being powerful continuously in their life is animal. Whoever stands with power, whenever they are expected to be powerful, is human being. Whoever goes into all the powerlessness, establishes their powerfulness voluntarily, is Ishvara. I tell you, the today's process is you voluntarily go to all the zones where you can be powerless. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Bhatala. The 7 underworlds. Facing all your incompletions with fear only is all those 7 underworlds. Please understand. Facing all your incompletions with your greed is like a heaven, all the higher worlds, different worlds. Facing all the incompletions with your fear is the underworlds. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Bhatala. Today, all inner awakening participants, you guys are going to face all your underworlds, incompletions with different fears. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Bhatala. And you are going to establish your supremacy and powerfulness in all those lokas. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Bhatala. These are the 7 underworlds. Means these are different kinds of fears. Fear of losing your wealth, fear of losing your identity, fear of losing your name and fame, fear of losing your body, fear of losing your relatives. Each fear is one underworld. When you face those fears and establish yourself with power, you conquer that underworld. Please understand, heaven and hell are not geographical, it is psychological. Heaven and hell are not geographical, it is psychological. Because when Krishna's devotee experiences heaven and comes down, he says, Krishna is ruling, Krishna is there. When Shiva's devotee experiences heaven and comes down, he feels, oh, Shiva was sitting in the front, in the center, and all Shiva Ganas were around. It's the KAILASA. Same way, Jains believe that Krishna is in 7th hell. It's their reason, I don't know why they believe. So when Jains experience hell and come out, they say, Krishna is there. So, it is a psychological, it is not physical. Please understand. So, all your incompletions with greed when you go through, it is heaven. All your incompletions with fear when you go through, it is called hell. Today we are going to consciously face and go through all our incompletions with fear. I have seen in my life, whoever escapes from a situation which creates fear, they die in that same pattern, they get worse diseases than cancer, or it is much worse than taking acid bath every time. So whenever you are attacked by fear and incompletions of fear, don't change the situation. First priority should be completing with the fear, completing with your anxiety, completing with your incompletions. Because when you change the situation, it may give a temporary relief. If you buy a baseball, you may have a temporary relief. The next day you have to buy a baseball glove. The next day you have to buy something else. How long you will be buying? So, changing the situation is not going to work for facing the incompletions of fear. Incompletions of fear will be complete only with one truth. Please listen. Only with one truth. You need to internalize this one truth. Anything you resist will persist. So, do the completion where you resist. And one more thing, your fear itself becomes a mold with which you mold your life. If you are afraid of snake, you go on asking the life to bring more and more snakes in your life so that you can be constantly engaged. Learn to engage with life without the incompletions of fear and greed. Please listen. If you can look into somebody's eyes without the greed of possessing that person or fear of that person, if you can relate with a simple friendliness, you can learn that with life also. How many of us can look into the opposite gender's eyes without the greed or fear? If you can, then you can relate with the life also. This is the first thing you need to learn. This is one of the main lessons. I am trying to make it as a experience and lifestyle for my Gurukul kids. Never allowing the distance with life. You should be able to handle life without fear and greed. You should be able to handle life with a beautiful friendliness. If you can look into people's eyes and talk without fear or greed. Yesterday, the director of our show, some of the directors and people in the set, they were all saying, Swamiji, the sharp look with which you look at the participant and ask the question, they just open up and tell everything. They were saying, when we ask them, they don't tell anything. How come when they come and sit in front of you and they pour the whole thing? Please listen, understand, when you are able to directly face the life without this mediator of fear and greed, I tell you, you believe even to live with the life, brokers help. You are nothing but agent of a broker. For everything you need broker. So with life also, you don't live it directly. You need a broker. Who is the broker? Fear or greed. And unfortunately, when your broker knows you carry fear or greed, he will design the life that way only and bring it to you so that he can exploit you. See, for example, your broker knows you really want that land. What will happen? That land will now cost 3 times more for you. If he knows you have a deep desire for that land, the land is going to now cost 3 times more. I am telling you, I am suffering with that problem. Unfortunately, some of my great assistant Swamis have released our temple plan All of you know that I'm planning for a world's largest Shiva temple in Biddi. Once completed, that will be the world's largest Shiva temple and monastery complex. Unfortunately, the whole plan got leaked. The moment the plan got leaked, all around the area, the land value has gone 5 times up. Now it is sitting on the top of a tree, taller than our banyan tree. Understand, when broker knows you really, really need it, the price goes up. Same way, you have these two fellows in your life doing brokering with life. Your greed and your fear. Unfortunately, your greed makes sure you don't get what you are greedy about. Your fear makes sure you always get what you are afraid of. Incompletions. If the incompletions are behaving as a broker between you and your life, please be very clear, you are in hell. You are in hell. So first thing you need to attend is complete with those incompletions, whether it is fear or greed. Complete with those incompletions. Otherwise, you will go on suffering between heaven and hell. In the hell, you have constant feeling, when will I get out? When will I get out? With heaven, you have constant feeling, will they kick me out? Will they kick me out? With heaven, you think, you are afraid, they may kick you out. With hell, you are waiting, when will they let me out? When will they let me out? I have a story. An engineer dies and reports to the pearly gates. Saint Peter checks his dossier and says, "Oh, you are an engineer. You are in the wrong place." So the engineer reports to the gates of hell and he is let in. Pretty soon, the engineer gets dissatisfied with the level of comfort in the hell and starts designing and building improvements. After a while, they have got air conditioning and flush toilets and escalators, and the engineer is a pretty popular guy now. One day God calls Saturn up on the telephone and says with a sneer, "So, how is it going down there in hell?" Saturn replies, "Hey, things are going great. We have got air conditioning and flush toilets and escalators, and there is no telling what this engineer is going to come up with next." God replies, "What? You got an engineer? That's a mistake. You should have never gotten down there. Send him up here." Saturn says, "No way. I like having an engineer on the staff and I am keeping him." God says, "Hey, send him back up here or I'll sue you." Saturn laughs uproariously and answers, "Yeah, right. And where are you going to get a lawyer to sue me?" Sometimes jokes should not be explained. You should either get the joke and laugh, or at least you should have the intelligence. Whether you get the joke or not, don't miss the laughter. That's all. When the punchline is told, just roll and laugh. This is what happened. Once Mullah was telling a joke. and he missed the punchline very badly and messed it. All the friends are just staring at Mullah. One guy just started rolling on the ground and laughing. He could not control his laughter, rolling, laughing. Others asked, hey, just stop. Why are you laughing? What have you understood? His friend who was laughing, he urges everyone, hey, laugh now itself, otherwise he will tell the same joke once more. At least that fear better. Understand, when you are carrying the deep incompletions related to fear and greed, anxiety and the excitement, your incompletions with anxiety and excitement, both are worse than being drug addict. Worse than being drug addict. Understand? Worse than being drug addict. Essence of today's satsang. Complete with your fear and greed patterns. I tell you, even if you know there is a fear pattern working in you at any given situation, even if you have that much of intelligence, you are saved. You are not in danger. At least for your degradation, you got to stay. You got to stay order for your degradation. Even remembrance is enough. Then completing we can do later on. Even remembrance. Hey, I am in the mood. I am now possessed by the incompletions of my fear, anxiety. That is enough. You will not do something foolish. You will not end up in messing up more things in your life. You will not think and act. So, essence of today's satsang, live, live, live. Completion, completion, completion. Don't allow the broker of fear and greed to enter in your life for brokering. And if you expose yourself to your fear or greed, he will exploit you and he will shape the life exactly to exploit you. If the brokers did not know that I want these lands for the temple, I would have bought it 10 times cheaper. When the brokers know, it goes up 10 times more. Same way, if your fear or greed knows this is what is you are afraid of and you need, it will exploit you, pull and push you. Your life will completely cheat you. So be very clear. Do not bring fear or greed into your life. Don't allow fear or greed to be a broker. Let life be lived as life. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching with eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
Inner Awakening. Stunning health recoveries. 100% cure for depression, insomnia asthma, fatigue, chronic pain, insecurity, panic attacks, and other major disorders. Awaken the Kundalini Shakti, the dormant energy within. What would you do if you had 1300% more energy? Disease-free mind and body is your first wealth. Claim it at Inner Awakening. Inner Awakening, a 21-day meditation retreat with rare living incarnation, Paramahamsa Nithyananda, Nithyananda Dhyanapita, Nithyananda Nagar, Bidadi, Bengaluru, Karnataka. Contact
0802 727 9999.
Email ia@nithyananda.org.
Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share, and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.